Okay, so this is Zero Sievert, and it's a 2D Tarkov-inspired looter shooter that's being made by an Italian developer, and it's currently in early access. So there's not a lot of content for it out already, and I decided to make some. So I'm gonna be just playing on Hunter difficulty, which has been introduced in the latest patch, that is 0.29. And basically it means that as you die, you lose everything on you. But on the other hand, some of the settings are set up higher, so basically you can still progress if you die. However, I'm not going to be turning on permadeath, but I am going to be playing a sort of honest man, so if I die, it's over. And the beginning is the hardest, and I could make life easier for myself by just picking equipment set number 4 or equipment set number 3. So number 3 is currently thought to be the best just because you immediately get a scope, which is a very powerful tool, and you also generally get a lot of stuff, whereas for example in equipment 1 you just get a 545 AK, which is neat, but it's a really bad weapon altogether. All the 545 stuff in this game is pretty bad, much like in Tarkov, or at least in the previous patch. And then this is a close range setup that is not really good either. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick the worst setup of all, and that is just a little Makarov and very little gear compared to the others. So let's get into it. So this is the bunker you start in, and this is basically your first quest giver, the barman. So the first quest is just to survive a raid, and we will also talk to him. This is an option on Hunter difficulty. If you have very little equipment, you can just ask the barman and he gives you some. But we don't need some of this, so we're just gonna sell it back to him immediately. But this is basically good because you instantly get a bunch of ammo. So I tend to keep my ammo up there. And I have a fairly standard setup where all my things are. So first I'm going to be putting stuff back into the stash. None of this I need, and then there's also a nifty teleportation feature that you can use to get around instantly as long as you are in your hideout, or this bunker basically. So the first quests really have different rewards every time. It's like a quest pool, like the quest reward pool is basically either ammo, or it's some sort of attachments, or maybe a gun, or the books. Some quests are preset to give you decent things, but most of them just give you little random supplies. So they, for example, here we can get scopes. So if I don't get scopes by the time I get all the materials, I can just use this. So in order to leave, you talk to the train conductor, and there's a bunch of maps here, but I really want to go to the forest map because that's where our first quest is. So let's go. So the goals on the first map are going to be to possibly find better armor and better gun. The general goals here are going to be just to find an AKM, so an ECM. I figured they did this to avoid any sort of copyright issues or whatever. I also need to kill a bunch of bunnies just to get their meat and pelts, which I will need for the quests with the doctor. So the poor bunnies really pose no threat at all. So I need 22 meat altogether for the quest with the doctor, as well as the quest with Igor, which is an NPC on this map. And I could be going for these wolves, but I don't really need to, and I don't want to waste semi-limited ammunition. Right, well, should have been paying more attention to the boars. They are really deadly, whereas wolves are really not that bad. But I will need stuff from the boars as well, which is all of what I just picked up. I need 8 teeth. I need 6 of their pelts. Oh wow. That wolf was a bit too close. So I also want to loot this little spot here. I don't think there are any wolves currently close enough. I can see. Oh well, I'm gonna have to fight them. Doesn't matter, that's XP, so. So you can just pretend the wolves are going to sleep as I get done with them. There we go, because their graphics are the same, and it can be really bad actually, if you don't notice that the wolves aren't dead. They oftentimes are. I should probably heal up here, just because I currently have very low HP and I could be taken out in a single shot by a sniper. That was courtesy of the boar. As you get damaged, you also lose max HP, which you can currently see in the top left, that the HP bar isn't going to the absolute maximum, which is sort of bad at this early stage. There we go, another boar down, and they usually come in pairs. They tend not to be alone. There we go, there's 2 over there. Can loot this one because it has no buddies next to it. And then I can get the other one as well, hopefully. There we go. So this is just really basic stuff. The boars don't really pose that much of a challenge, but that said, they can really get you. If you're not paying attention, they will suddenly appear and... oh. Well, these guys can also appear suddenly. There's usually 3 of those in a bunch, so... ah, never mind. There's 4 up there, but I don't really need to get them. That's a point of interest, so... not really gonna be going there. So do I have 8 teeth? I do. I should probably loot these as well. Get some more meat from the ghouls. Not gonna be picking up the tentacles because there will be plenty of opportunities to kill ghouls later on. So it's not that important to get them right now, but I do need to get rabbit pelts. Just going to be consuming the water to save on some weight, and also so I don't get thirsty. And there we go, hidden stash. These are basically the same as in Tarkov, and they yield a very wide spectrum of things, and they're always useful pretty much. Even in the late game you can find some useful things in them, or at least stuff that sells well if you need it. Probably won't on this difficulty just because of the quest rewards, but there's a dead hunter and some wolves that probably killed the poor bastard. I'm just gonna be killing the wolves and then picking up the hunter's stuff. Let's see, any more wolves there? Doesn't seem like it. Cool. Right, excellent. Now this is a boon. This is really good armor, and it's got 100% durability at this moment as well. So that's extreme. Oh, and then ECM. Wonderful. So this is really a wonderful start. So whichever ammo I choose, it doesn't really help me much. There we go. Need some of this stuff as well. I'm just going to be going overweight for a bit because I'll be heading out of this map. So where would the closest path be? Oh, I'm right next to it, basically. I'm just going to be heading out. There's no point staying in too long. Like, you can obviously load yourself up on more goods than you can carry, and then just leave a bag at the exit, and then load yourself up as you're exiting, as the timer is not ticking down while you're in the inventory window. I'm going to demonstrate that in a little bit, but there's really no point in doing that unless you have some sort of compulsion to clear out the map entirely of enemies, or something like that, or you're maybe waiting for an airdrop to happen, or something similar. So currently I'm just going to be heading out, reloading as I go. I'm going to be keeping this gun because it's really good. It's one of the early game goals for myself, and I'm going to be teleporting around a little bit, first to the stash to put away this stuff that I will need later on for quests. And back at it. So I just handed in all the quests, and basically I need to collect a bunch more rabbit pelts and then kill bandits, kill wolves. I'm still collecting this material. This is going to take quite a long while, and then hopefully I can get some fire crystals soon, and we'll see how that goes. We're just going to go back to the forest, and we'll see what happens, what kind of map we get. The middle is always the same, but the sawmill teleports around, basically, and it's a good area to get bandit kills or maybe get some weapons, but early on it can also be a good area to get killed. So I haven't changed my backpack yet. I don't really need to change it. It would enable me to carry a bit more. So it's very similar to the previous one. I have taken some ammo with me, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to be switching to PS ammo, which I got as a quest reward just because it's cheaper ammo. But really, that was unfortunate. Missed the bunny. But on the other hand, we have a stash right here. So the spoons and forks are really bad. You have to get 14 of each to build your cooking station, as well as for a quest. So you need 8 for the quest and 6 of each spoon, fork, and knife to build your cooking station. I'm just gonna hopefully take out the bunnies and get enough of their pelts to be able to complete the pelts #1 quest. I'm gonna be grabbing their meat for now, but in case I don't find Igor, I'm gonna be dumping it out and getting something actually useful. Nothing going on so far. I've got enough thirst to be able to consume this, and just so I carry less with me. I always like to take a water with me, but apparently I'm gonna start looking for food now. I have to do that. Money is quite worthless, which is what I picked up here. Unfortunately, it trades in pretty badly. I'm just going to be taking the ammo because why not? Currently have the space for everything. No surprises so far. So using the G key, I can examine the ground. It's basically throwing darts. I think this is a mechanic from Stalker, but I never played that game, so I don't really know too much about that. So maybe I can grab this one. Rather not. Do I have any food? Nothing of note, but I could drink this wine. There we go. That lowers my radiation. Ooh, that was close. Let's see, can't really approach that one. Don't really want to kill the bunny there, because it's hard to get to him. So I'm going to be trying to pick up useful stuff only. but that's sometimes a challenge. Oh, this is a pretty good item. It gives you a lot of hunger and thirst and everything. And fatigue is the last little bit. That's probably the biggest challenge towards the end of the game as you're running all the time. You get really fatigued. So I need to kill 5 wolves, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. It won't chase me too far. So wolves are territorial, whereas boars are just murder machines and they will follow you throughout the entire map. And because my gun is pretty low durability, it has a high chance of jamming. And that is just an unfortunate reality of the early game if you want to have something that doesn't have completely trash ammo. So I think I need some more... Oh, I don't have the wolf pelts quest yet. So I think I might have to take some of these pelts. I think 1 was all I needed. And I'm also taking the meat because I'm still hopeful I can find Igor on this run. There is a bunny, and I think that's all the pelts I need. Yep, there we go, excellent. So the early quests, well, all quests are the same all the time, but the early quests, ooh, these died here for some reason. Are they on top of anything interesting? No, just dead ghouls. Okay, somebody was here, definitely. And on this map, it could either be the roaming soldiers, which are neutral or friendly, not hostile anyway. Or it could have been a hunter. Ah, there's Igor's house. Wonderful. Well, this is a boon. And the bunny right next to him. Bunny ran off. Let's see, I'm not sure if I have enough meat, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, I do have enough meat. Excellent. And I can just grab some ammo for my gun from him, and now every time I enter this map, there will be a little marker on Igor's house, and I'll be able to pick up some random stuff from him. I'm also going to be switching to the hollow point ammo, which has really low penetration compared to the other kinds, but on the other hand, it's cheap, and I'm mostly fighting enemies at the moment that either have no armor or really, really bad armor, such as these boars. There we go. There's 2 of them down. And 3 of them down. So I believe they spawn in 1, 2, 3 in a group. I don't need these. Just gonna be taking their furs. I can sell them anyway. Not that they yield much money, but I know I need 6, and I already gathered some in the previous run. Oh, this is fairly good. 2 hidden stashes close by. These give out random items, but they are really, really useful. I don't need any of those. There's another stash to the left. That's some money. That's a syringe. Oh, I needed a pillow actually, so this is amazing haul. Ooh, no, that's a nasty enemy. So I just fired off a round. One of them hit him, but the enemies with sniper rifles are really, really nasty. They do a lot of damage, and I'm gonna try and get him from basically off screen. And I try to reposition every time, keeping an eye out on my surroundings, because they basically track you to a limited degree, so trying not to get shot by the sniper rifle guy. That would be bad. Sniper rifles hurt. So he has a Mosin. Oh, I think one of them's dead. Just gonna have to run here, heal up. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see the enemies in the bushes, but should be fine just because of my armor. I would have probably died had I not had this armor from the first run. Someone killed him. Someone killed you too, buddy. And I think he had an AKM as well. Oh yeah, and a better one than mine. And then this guy had a sniper rifle and no ammo for it, apparently. So I figured that out because there was a spot missing there, and the sniper is always 5x1. Right, so I'm currently gonna have to leave something on the floor, just for now. Hopefully I can get some food inside this place. That's money. I need 3 of those, so that's all 3 done. So I basically know a couple of things that I need for the various crafting stations that you need in the hideout. And for example, the infirmary that I want to get, oh, I need some of these. The infirmary is really good because it makes you heal over time slowly, even in raid. So I'm quite close to the exit. So I should be able to carry out some stuff. I can just consume this. That's a bit of a waste, but on the other hand, at least I'll be able to walk around. Yeah, I think we're good. There's no point in hanging around too long, because basically by resetting you just respawn all the loot and the enemies. There's no real penalty for just getting out immediately or whatever. Just makes you have a higher number of raids or hunts, as they're called here. There's definitely some enemies down there, and I need to kill some more bandits as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... oh god, there's walls as well. Just gonna slowly walk away and dump some stuff on the ground. That's fairly risky, actually, just because of my damaged gun. It should be good. I can actually dump my original ECM as well and just take this. Maybe there's some bullets. I think I picked some up. This is fairly good for taking out... ah, there we go. Yep. So the bandit took out the wolf. And I took out a bandit. Unfortunately, this is a low durability gun as well. Not sure if these jam. They technically shouldn't jam, but they're less accurate and they do less damage as they lose their durability. So that guy saw something bad happening, just ran away. I'm just trying to find the place where I dumped my gun previously. And then just deposit some items there that I don't really need. There we go. Let's just dump this for now, so I can run around. It's going to be much better this way. I think I can see the enemy there. Just walking about slowly. There we go. And he's done. Oh, and Boar's got the other guy. And I got the boar. Circle of life. another one, which is what I was looking for here. There we go. It's sort of safe here. So let's see, our armor is a little bit damaged, but it's not too bad. So what I'm going to be doing next is just gathering up all of the stuff around here and putting it in a bag next to the exit point. So that's the only goal for now. Just grab all the decent stuff. Let's see, where's the exit point? To the right. Okay, so it's this little marker, the right side of the screen. So I'm just slowly making my way over there. I'm gonna dump all the stuff I have on myself just in a little stash there. And then I'm gonna be running back for the gun I left. Then I'm gonna be looting the bandits as well. Hopefully I level up soon. There we go. This is the area. Don't need this. Don't need these. Don't really need the ammo either. Not on myself anyway. And now it's time to go back. So let's see what's this bandit got. Another boar. I think I might need some extra kills, or at least wolf kills. Oh god, all the wolves got stuck here on each other, I suppose, and basically on a corpse. Okay, not gonna be looting the rest of that. Let's see, there's a guy here as well. See if he had anything interesting. Coffee, that's good. It's good money. Just gonna be filling out the rest of the ammo there. So there's several ways to play this. I could basically just be going to the center as well and trying to fight there. Because there's a group of boss level enemies there basically. I'm just gonna be taking the wolf pelts as well because I forgot whether I took them yet or not. I have enough carry capacity, at least for now, to be able to grab a couple more. The more I get done, and the more corpses I search actually, the better, because I get skill with that. Yeah, right as I said it. So that's 3, 6, 8, is it? No, now it's 8. There we go. And we're done with this run. I'm just gonna be walking slowly, probably cut this out, and just cut back in the camp. Oh, except for the trick. I'm going to show the trick here. So as long as you have your inventory open, time doesn't really pass. So basically you can load up on stuff just at the end of the raid, map, whatever, and carry out a full load. It's questionable whether this is going to get patched out or not. It's not really a huge deal. It does help a little bit at the beginning specifically, but then after a short while it really becomes irrelevant. You don't really want to do that anymore. So let's see, what can I dump out? I'm gonna need the nail. I don't need one material. I'll take this, and then I can leave one of the lighters. I only need 2. There we go. I think I'm happy with this. This ammo is useless as well. Might as well take something to sell. Maybe a duct tape. There we go. Soon, soon. Halfway to level 2. You just go to the stash, dump some stuff in, and then I'll cut back in with the next raid.